Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, let me please introduce myself. My name is Rahma Dwi Cahyani with student ID 222-322-0050 from class 3A. Today, I will discuss a paper with the title Study Abroad's Contribution to Critical Thinking and World Citizenship written by A. Min Nguyen. The reason why the author wrote this paper is to defend two theses by Richard Paul and Linda Elder. Firstly, creative thought and critical thought cannot be separated. Secondly, the intellectual traits constitutive of critical thinking and are interdependent. These two theses, when combined with specific impact studies, indicate that studying abroad has a positive impact on both creativity and critical thinking. So, what is the paper about? The first one is the benefit of studying abroad. Studying abroad experiences are often described as life-changing and have a long-lasting impact on participants. In 2002, the Institute of the International Education of Students, or IIS, conducted the largest survey of study abroad alumni, demonstrating the profound and enduring effects on personal, academic, and professional aspects of their lives. The data collected from 3,723 respondents who participated in IIS study abroad programs between 1950 and 1999 revealed that study abroad significantly contributes to personal growth. For instance, studying abroad increased self-confidence, felt a boost in maturity, developed the ability to handle ambiguity, and adjusted their socio-political views. In terms of intercultural development, they gained a better understanding of their own cultural values and biases, saw the world from a better perspective, expanded their circles of friends from diverse backgrounds, and explored other cultures. Regarding the academic commitment, they increased interest in academic study and showed a stronger commitment to learning foreign languages, influenced their subsequent educational experiences, and impacted on their decision to pursue graduate studies. When it comes to career development, mention that study abroad sparked in an interest in a specific career direction, acquired skills that influence their career paths, improve their ability to speak foreign languages used in the workplace, and engage in international work or volunteerism due to their study abroad experiences. The second one is beyond the cultural and linguistic benefits. Tracy Randstrom-Williams demonstrates that students who study abroad generally show a more significant improvement in intercultural communication skills after their overseas experience compared to those who stay on their home campuses. Even more compelling results have been achieved. Irving Clark III and colleagues reveal that students who engage in study abroad also attain a significantly higher level of intercultural communication after their study abroad experience compared to their peers who remain at home. Lastly, residing in a foreign country has been shown to increase creativity in a series of 5 studies. William W. Maddox and Adam D. Gelsky established a strong connection between living abroad and increased creativity, identifying adaptation as the crucial mechanism behind this relationship. They proposed that adaptation might be the key psychological element that explains why living abroad is linked with greater creativity. Since culture significantly shapes one's life, adapting to a new culture and learning to think and behave differently may lead individuals to consistently consider multiple perspectives and approaches when dealing with everyday and novel situations, and that's increasing their creativity. The third one is the inseparability of creativity and critically. The argument here supports the idea that creative thinking and critical thinking are connected for two main reasons. The first one is according to a model of critical thinking developed by Richard Paul and Linda Elder. Creative and critical thinking are so closely linked that separating them results in a loss to both. The second one is certain intellectual traits that are vital for critical thinking and which can be improved through study abroad. are interrelated. To acquire, process, retain, employ, develop, or enrich one trait necessitates the same for the others. Critical thinking is compromised when any of these traits is significantly lacking. The fourth one is the interdependence of intellectual traits. Paul, Paul and Elder's definition of critical thinking involves evaluating and improving one's own thinking, guided by rigorous standards, self-discipline, self-monitoring, and self-correction. Critical thinking goes beyond skills. It's about character traits. These include intellectual humility, courage, empathy, perseverance, integrity, autonomy, confidence in reason, and fair-mindedness. The fifth one is the cultivation of critical thinking. Studying abroad promotes the growth of various intellectual traits. Consider the IAS survey findings. Firstly, the participants mentioned that studying abroad expanded their understanding of their own cultural biases and that it helped them adopt a more nuanced perspective on the world, and it said that it led to adjustments in their sociopolitical views and increased interest in exploring other cultures. And they found themselves more capable of dealing with ambiguity, were inspired to diversity their circle of friends, and they displayed a stronger commitment to learning foreign languages and indicated that their decision to pursue graduate studies was influenced by their study abroad experience. This body of evidence demonstrates that study abroad contributes to the development of intellectual traits such as humility, courage, empathy, and perseverance. The sixth is the Socratic ideal of rationality. Socrates was an exemplary critical thinker, demonstrating all the essential intellectual traits associated with critical thinking as evident in Plato's dialogues. He exhibited intellectual humility by admitting his lack of knowledge on various subjects, including piety, justice, friendship, and knowledge. Socrates showed intellectual empathy by accurately representing and refining opposing viewpoints and respecting other cultures, such as Egypt and Persia. He exhibited intellectual perseverance by tackling complex issues and adhering to rational principles despite resistance from others. Socrates represented a demanding paradigm of critical thinking, and study abroad contributes to the realization of the Socratic ideal of rationality by helping nurture fair-minded, creative, and critical individuals and societies. In a critical society, the habit of thoughtful analysis pervades its customs and enables its members to approach life's challenges with skepticism, resisting manipulation by oratory, and being patient in forming beliefs. Such individuals can access possibilities and probabilities without unwavering certainty and are open to waiting for and evaluating evidence without being swayed by the confidence of assertions. They can resist appeals to their own biases and various forms of persuasion. Education that fosters the critical faculty is deemed as the education that produces responsible and well-informed citizens, essential for human welfare and protection against delusion, deception, superstition, and misunderstanding. This is because critical thinking is seen as the primary safeguard against these pitfalls, ensuring that education is valuable to the extent that it develops a well-established critical faculty. The seventh one is the Diogenian ideal of cosmopolitanism. Studying abroad goes beyond shaping critical individuals and societies. It also plays a role in nurturing global citizens who belong to both a broader world and their local community. This contribution aligns with the Diogenian ideal of cosmopolitanism, named after Diogenes the Cynic, who referred to himself as a citizen of the world, just as certain qualities and habits define a critical way of life. Specific virtues and commitments characterize the cosmopolitan way of being. Studying abroad, much like it cultivates critical traits and habits, fosters these cosmopolitan virtues and commitments. In his work Cosmopolitanism, Kwame Anthony Apipa presents the concept of partial or rooted cosmopolitanism. Partial cosmopolitans do not align with extreme nationalists who reject all foreigners, nor do they adopt the icy impartiality of hardcore cosmopolitans. Rooted cosmopolitans emphasize that the importance of loyalties and local allegiance in defining their identity, recognizing that a creed that dismisses familial and community ties a lack of future. Habiba's formulation of cosmopolitanism as universality plus difference highlights the value of cosmopolitan virtues such as caring for others based on shared humanity and respecting legitimate differences in thought and action. The commitments to universal truth, tolerance, pluralism, and fallibilism in the Appia-style cosmopolitanism are akin to the traits of confidence in reason, intellectual empathy, intellectual integrity, and intellectual humility as outlined by Paul Elder. Study abroad allows participants to develop these mental attributes as a result. It bolsters their cosmopolitan commitments and contributes to realizing not only the Socratic ideal but also the Diogenian ideal. Okay, so that's the paper about. While the paper makes a compelling argument for the positive impact of study abroad on critical and cosmopolitan thinking, there are also weaknesses in this paper. The first one is the paper relies heavily on survey data and studies that highlight the benefits of study abroad. However, these findings may not be universally applicable to all students or study abroad programs. Different programs, destination, and individual experience can vary significantly, and there may be cases where the positive outcomes discussed in the paper do not apply. The second one is the paper presents a one-sided argument in favor of studying abroad. It will be more balanced if it also acknowledges potential challenges or criticisms related to studying abroad, such as cultural adjustment issues, homesickness, or concerns about the quality of academic program in certain locations. The third one is the paper discusses the development of cosmopolitanism as a positive outcome of study abroad. However, the concept of cosmopolitanism itself is based on certain Western ideals that may not be universally embraced or relevant to all cultures. It will be helpful to explore how studying abroad impacts students from different cultural backgrounds and worldviews. The fourth one is the paper primarily focuses on the impact of study abroad on individual development, critical thinking, and cosmopolitanism. It would be more comprehensive if it also delved into potential broader social or economic impacts, such as the role of studying abroad in promoting cross-cultural understanding and cooperation on a global scale. The fifth one is the paper references studies and publications that are relatively old, some dating back to 2006. To maintain relevance, it would be useful to include more recent research and data to assess whatever the findings still hold true in today's context. And the last one is the paper relies on the Paul Elder model and Appiah's concept of cosmopolitanism to support its argument. It does not critically examine these frameworks or explore alternative theories that could provide different perspectives on the subject. And if you want to study abroad, here are steps to plan to help you prepare for studying in a foreign country. The first one is set your goals and objectives. Define your educational and career goals and how studying abroad will help you achieve them, and determine the types of program like semester, year, exchange, language program that aligns with your goals. The second one is research destinations and programs. Explore countries and universities that offer programs in your field of study and research admission requirements, application deadlines, and available scholarship. The third one is finance. Create a budget for your study abroad experience, including tuition, living expenses, travel, and visa costs. Investigate scholarship opportunities, financial aid, and student loans. The fourth one is academic preparation. Consult with your academic advisor to ensure your study abroad plans align with your degree requirements. Identify courses you want to take abroad and ensure they will transfer back to your home institution. The fifth one is language proficiency. If studying in a non-English speaking country, assess your language skills and consider language courses or immersion programs. The sixth one is visa and travel documents. Research visa requirements for your destination country and apply for a student visa and ensure you have a valid passport. The seventh is accommodation. Research accommodation options such as dormitories, host families, or off-campus housing, and apply for housing in advance. And the last one is cultural preparation. Educate yourself about the culture and customs of your destination and consider taking a cultural sensitivity or orientation course. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you for listening and thank you for your great attention. I hope this may be useful for you. Have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.